Hi guys, thanks for joining me on Making with Marilyn. In today's video, I'm going to do one of the easiest projects that there is to do with your Cricut, and that is to add some heat transfer vinyl onto a canvas board. Besides being easy, they turn out really cute. Now I think I got this set of 3 canvas boards at Walmart, so we're going to use one of them. They're 9x12s, and I think they were just over $1 a piece. Then I'm going to use a really cute bunny design. He has glasses on. I'm going to cut it out of some pink HTV. This is going to be the inside of his ears. This is a mint glitter HTV, and this is going to be for part of his bow tie. And then actually, the main part of the bunny, instead of being HTV, I'm going to use adhesive vinyl. Now typically, I would prefer just to do it all in HTV, but I don't have much black HTV, and I have a ton of this black adhesive vinyl. So I tried it out, and it does work also. So that's what I'll use tonight. I'll use my Cricut Maker, a Teflon sheet, I'll use my Easy Press 2, and then I have this pressing mat. Now in addition to that, I'll use some basic tools like scissors, weeding tools, things like that. But what you see here is mainly what I'll be using in addition to my Easy Press 2. Now I got the design that I'm going to use today off of designbundles.net, and if you've never been on the site, it's an awesome site. They have some really nice designs for sale, but if you look right here, they also have free designs. So I'm going to click on free designs, and the one that I'm going to use is on page 3 today. So I'll just click through the pages. And it's this design right here. So you just click on the design and then download free. Now you do have to sign up for an account, but it's free. I've already downloaded this to my computer, so let me go ahead and show you that. Now I did notice that this design is also in their non-free pages for, I think today it was $1.75, but at least for now you can get it free. So head on over there, check that out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Upload, Upload Image, Browse, and then I need to find it on my computer. And when you download that bunny design, you get several files. Now a couple of these I've added after working on it in Inkscape. But for this project, I'm just going to go to the one that I received that was an SVG file, and then I'll say Open. Now it's already just a cut image, so I didn't even have to click on that. And then I just say Upload. Okay, now that I've uploaded it into my images, I can select it and say Insert Image. Now this comes in pretty large. Let's go ahead and make this smaller. Now my canvas that I'm going to work on today is a 9x12. So let's go ahead and put a fake canvas behind this. I'll click on Shapes, Square. Then I have to unlock it so I can change the proportions. I'm going to have a width of 9 and a height of 12. And then let me go ahead and change that to just a nice light gray. Then I'll click Arrange and I'll send it to the back. Okay, so for purposes of sizing, let's stretch it just a little bit. It's a pretty simple design, so I might as well make it fairly large. Okay, I like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the gray rectangle. I just really wanted to see how this would look on my size of canvas. All right, notice all these little bits and pieces over here. There are a ton of bits and pieces, but the main part of the design is all in one layer. Now, to make it where I can have this inner part of the ear be a different color, first of all, I want to copy and paste so that I can have different colors on this layer. And all I did was I copied and pasted this one layer. So I'm going to change the color of this layer to pink. Now the layer's still selected, so I'm going to go down here to Contour. All right, in Contour you can hide a whole lot of things. It is an excellent feature in Cricut Design Space. And the only thing I'm wanting to keep is this piece and this piece. So first I'm going to say hide all contours. Now, it will always keep one piece. It's not going to hide everything. So as soon as I uncover one part, then I can go back and hide this large layer or this large piece. So I want this piece visible, so I clicked on it. You can either click on it here or over here. Then I want to make this piece visible. Now, for some reason, I can't click on it over here. It still thinks I'm over here for some reason. So what I need to do is go over here to the right, and this is the only time I've had this issue, and click on it there. Now I can hide the main part of the face, and then I can X out, and all that I have left are the ears. And because that layer was pink, the ears are pink. Now the other thing that I want to do is I want to have some color in this bow tie. So I need to find where the bow tie is. Okay, it's right here, over here on the right. So I'm going to click on that layer, and then I'm going to say duplicate. Okay, so it's here somewhere. There it is. We'll move that back up. And right now, these white lines, that's just a void in the design. And I want to fill that in with some pretty color. So I still have it selected. I'm going to go to contour, and let's say hide all contours. Okay, I think that will work. Let's X out of that, and then we'll turn the bow tie a different color. Let's just go with the blue. So we'll put it over the other bow tie, and then we'll send it to the back. Perfect. All right, so let me put my pink ears where they go. That looks really good. Okay, so the last step I want to do is I want to drag away all of my non-black. And then because these are all separate, I want to go ahead and select everything, and I'm just going to weld it all together. You could attach or you could weld, but I'm going to go ahead and weld it. All right, so here's our design. Now we're ready to cut it. Now typically I would make this all out of heat transfer vinyl or iron-on, but in my case I have such a huge amount of black adhesive vinyl that I'm actually going to make the black part out of an adhesive vinyl. I will still put it under my easy press and kind of melt it into the canvas, but because it is adhesive, I don't mirror that part. I'm going to use HTV for the ears and the bow. So I am going to have to mirror those. So instead of figuring out later what to mirror and what not to mirror, for now I'm going to go ahead and flip these horizontally. Now I can go ahead and click Make It. The first layer I'm cutting is the black adhesive vinyl. And I'm going to move it down just a little bit. I'll click Continue. I need to select my maker. Uh-oh, where is my maker? Okay, I hadn't plugged it into my computer yet. So I will select my maker. And let's just cancel that. So for the black layer, I'm just going to select vinyl. Now, when I go back and do the pink layer and the blue layer, for those, I'll have to change my settings. For the pink setting, I'll use Everyday Iron-On. For the blue setting, which is actually going to be some glitter HTV, I'll change that to glitter HTV. All right, so back to the black layer. I need to make sure I have my fine point blade in. I'll turn the camera around and we'll watch it cut. Okay, so we're starting with the black layer. I'll go ahead and put my black adhesive vinyl down. Now I've already sent it to the maker, so the light is flashing, but I do want to check my blade just to make sure it's clean. You just push here, clean anything off, and then drop it back down into the carrier. Then I like to turn my mat over and lift my mat off of my material. Now, while my first layer was cutting, I went ahead and got my second layer ready. And when I looked at this, this is called patterned iron-on. So I found the setting for patterned iron-on, and that's what I used. Now, you may wonder, why am I using a strong grip mat for this layer? Well, this strong grip mat is pretty weak. So now it's the equivalent of just a regular grip mat or a standard grip mat. Also, I put a little tape up here because it is pretty weak. Now for the last layer, because I already had a cut out of this part of my mat, and that's where the Cricut software sends it, I went ahead, went back into my design, and I moved it over on the mat so it'll cut here. All right, with any luck, we're done with the maker. Hopefully I don't have to recut any of that. So we'll move that out of the way and we'll start weeding. All right, we'll start with this really small layer. On HTV, you can just grab a corner, dig into the first layer, and pull up on it. And it weeds super nicely. At least most of it does. And the glitter HTV, I think, really does a nice job. Okay, there's one piece. All right, so I really hate to waste materials. And even though that's a small piece to save, that'll come in handy sometime. So once again, we're going to just go through, trying to stay on the top layer. I think I went through 2 layers that time. And then just pull away your excess. Now I could have saved a little material if I wouldn't have had these spaced where they go on the design, but it is so much easier to place your materials down when you actually have them where they're going to go. Okay, so now for the design that's going to take a while. And remember this, what I used was just an adhesive vinyl. If you have HTV, I really prefer that. But again, I'm running low on it and I just have a ton of this. Now if you're not sure what to weed and what to keep, have your computer screen handy so you can see what's what. That really helps when you have so many small pieces like you have with this. But this design really isn't too bad. Okay, now I am kind of confused on the bow tie. You're not really supposed to layer anything on top of a glitter HTV. It doesn't go through the washer and the dryer well. In my case, I'm not washing this, but I'm going to keep going and see how it turns out. Now, HTV has its own carrier sheet. Adhesive vinyl does not. So for that reason, I'm going to need to go ahead and use some transfer tape, and I just use a clear contact paper. It's inexpensive, it's not a super strong tack, so it's pretty easy to release. I've had some transfer tapes that are super hard to release from what you're trying to lay down, and they can be a real pain. What I like to do is just expose one end of it. lay it down on the end of my design, and then pull and press down as I'm pulling. Then to get it to stick to your transfer tape, you can use a credit card, a brayer, one of those rewards cards, or in my case, a little scraper tool. Then what I like to do is turn my material over and then just remove the backing from it. You can watch to see if anything starts to come up like that did. If it did, just press down on it and give it another try. Now, since the glitter needs to go under my black, I'm probably going to have to do this in stages. I really want to see where the bunny goes, first of all. Okay, this is wax paper, and that can help you so that your vinyl doesn't adhere down before you want it to. I'm just going to have the edge of the ears hanging off the wax paper. Then I can pretty much decide where I want my design. Then I'll lift up because this was stuck down. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and lift up my design, keeping the parts down that are stuck to the canvas. Just pull my wax paper out, and then as I lay this down from the top, press down and just start laying it down from top to bottom. And then of course I don't want to put my bow tie down, so I think I'll just cut that out. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and give that a good pressing. And then let's see how easy it is to remove this paper, or the transfer paper. Just go nice and slow in case you need to push something back down. And then also if you really just fold it back on itself, that's kind of a nice thing to do. Now my vinyl's lifting a little bit. And my easy press is beeping, so let me turn that off. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and trim part of that off. Then I can see a little bit of a lift here. So I'm going to put my wax paper down. Actually, I think I'll lift that up a little bit. There we go. There, lay it back down smoothly. I will tell you, HTV on canvas is a whole lot easier than this because you just lay your carrier sheet down, you iron it on, and you peel it off. But for tonight, I'm just having to make do. Okay, for a minute I thought I had them way too high, but I forgot I still have a bow tie to go down here. Alright, so we'll smooth that out just in case part of it's not adhered very well. And when we put that under the Easy Press 2, that will definitely take care of that. Alright, let's go ahead and bring our Easy Press 2 over here. Now the glitter HTV takes a lot of heat. So I'm going to start by trying to just tack it down. I'll put my Easy Press on for 10 seconds. And this is a hot peel, so I can go ahead and try to take the back off. We'll see if it's adhered yet. Okay, it tried to lift up a little bit, but we still have more presses to go, so I'm not concerned about that. And then before I press this down, I'm going to go ahead and get the ears on. Okay, so the instructions for this say set your heat press to 315 and heat it for 30 seconds. So I'm going to wait a couple minutes until that reaches the right temperature. Now my heat press is a 10 by 12 and this is only 12 inches tall, so I should be able to get the entire thing in one press. I'm going to go ahead and put some firm pressure up against it. And then Cricut's interactive guide said this is a cool peel. So I'll wait about 10 minutes. I'll come back and I'll peel that. But I can tell that the adhesive vinyl looks really nice. It took on the shape or the pattern of my canvas. It's sticking down here nicely. That's going to be really, really cute. Now the one thing I worry about is whether my carrier sheet is going to make an impression right there. It looked like it might have done a little bit of an impression. So when I peel this up, I'll go ahead and put my Teflon sheet over it and heat it maybe 10 more seconds. Now I'm going to go ahead and see what happens. And like I said, I'll do about 10 more seconds. That is so cute. Now you might have different color choices than I do. Our tastes may vary. But that is really cute. And the amount that I spent on this project was just very, very small. I don't know if you can see the canvas texture through this adhesive vinyl, but it is great. That is a really, really nice press job. It's the first time I've tried the adhesive vinyl on the canvas using heat with it, and I'm really impressed. Thanks so much for joining me and sticking it out till the end. Until the next video, bye-bye.